Hello everyone, today I have 6 Valentine's Day hairstyles, and these are inspired by Japanese style hairstyles specifically from larme, and it's a pretty vague term for super girly Japanese fashion. They utilize a lot of ribbons. All these hairstyles are extremely romantic and they are just really perfect for Valentine's Day, and I even showed you guys how to make hearts out of your hair. And this was a request from Chelsea on Patreon, so thank you so much, Chelsea. And if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, I will leave that information linked down below. So first I'm going to teach you guys how to do some hair hearts, and it's really easy to do, and I have 3 different ways to show you guys how to wear them. So first, taking my thumb, I'm sectioning off the hair from the top of my ear to the top of my head, and then I'm tying that off with an elastic. Then, creating a little slit in the center, I'm taking the ponytail and I'm flipping it from under and then outwards. Then once it's flipped, I'm guiding it upwards and pulling the hair tight so that the hair is flipped upside down and it sort of hangs down on itself. I've split the hair directly down the center, and then taking another elastic, I'm joining these 2 pieces together at the center, kind of right at my ear, and then you can sort of just shape it and guide it into place so that it's even. And then I'm going to repeat this on the other side. And if you're having difficulty with getting the hair to stay properly where it needs to be, you can take any sort of decorative clip. I used a pink bow just because it seemed really fitting for Valentine's Day, and you can clip this in the center to sort of make the hair stay in place. And then to cover the elastic, I'm taking another bow hair clip and I'm pinning this down. And that's it for this hairstyle. Honestly, super easy to achieve. It's ridiculously cute and it's really romantic. Alright, so for the next variation of this heart hairstyle, I'm first taking a small section of hair right at the top of my head and I'm starting to French braid backwards. And you want to keep this as backwards facing as possible because this is going to lay directly flat on the back of our heads. And once I reach about halfway down my hair, I'm tying that off with an elastic. And I think at this point, I drink so much caffeine and so much sugar without eating properly. I had a really hard time braiding throughout this entire video because my hands were like so jittery. But after doing this like 3 times, I finally got it. And from the back, I have 2 braids going down the back of my head. So from the back, I'm joining these 2 braids together and I'm tying them in the center to create 1 braided crown in the back. And then again, I am inverting this on itself and then pulling it tight so that you can see that once it's upside down, the hair sort of falls naturally into a heart shape. But to sort of change things up for this one, I am braiding each side of the hair. Again, to keep things in place, I'm inserting a duckbill clip in the center, and then I'm joining these 2 braids together and tying it off with an elastic. And then I'm covering that elastic with another bow clip. And then because I had some baby's breath laying around, I just cut those short and inserted them into various places in both the back and the front. I just really dialed up the romance in this hairstyle. I was like, okay, how can we make this the most ridiculously soft and romantic hairstyle in the world? And so honestly, you guys, I am so shook. Like, I didn't know that I had this in me to create such a ridiculously romantic hairstyle. If I can flatter myself for a bit, this hairstyle is pretty unreal. Then for our final variation of this heart hairstyle, I pulled my hair into some mid-height ponytails, and then again, creating a slit for one of the ponytails, I'm looping the ponytail through upwards and outwards, and then I'm pulling it tight in half so that the hair hangs into a heart shape. And then again, I'm also braiding each side of the hair. I feel like doing this kind of helps give more structural integrity to the hairstyle because the hair is more stiff in a braid. Then I'm joining both braids in the center at the level of my ear, tying that off with an elastic and releasing the previous elastics, and finishing off with the final touch, which is this really glamorous pearl bow clip. And then I'm just going to repeat this on the other side. You can add any clip in this negative space and it looks so ridiculously cute. And I honestly love how versatile this heart hairstyle is. It's really easy to do. You can probably do it in like 5-10 minutes. So that is it for hairstyles with hair hearts. Now I'm going to do a really simple hairstyle that really does only take 5 minutes. So taking my red tail comb, I've already switched over my part for more hair on the left side, and then taking a small section of hair at the top, I'm just going to be doing a nice and loose French braid. So I'm tying elastics in 2 places on this braid, one at the bottom and also one in the center. Then I'm pinching pretty hard on each side of the braid to sort of fluff it out, and then I'm also going to repeating this on the bottom half of the braid. Then I'm accessorizing with a ton of ribbons, one super glitzy ribbon clip on the top, and then two smaller ribbons that I'm tying myself on both the center and on the bottom of the hairstyle. I just really like this one because it definitely looks different from just a regular braid, and the great thing about this one is that you can add as many sections as you want to add more ribbons to your hair. So I've been seeing this lace-up pigtail hairstyle floating around. I've had some requests through my DMs on Instagram to recreate this hairstyle, and so here it is. So first I am splitting my hair straight down the center in the back, and then I'm just twisting one side of the hair out of the way for now, and then unfortunately I do have to go upside down to do this next part for this hairstyle. It always looks really weird and uncomfortable on video, but I tried my best. So starting at the nape of my neck, I'm taking a small section of hair and then I'm doing a French braid, and I'm trying to braid it off to the side of my head to where a ponytail would lay. And then once I've reached the top of my head to where I want my ponytail to sit, I am stopping the French braid and I'm just continuing on with a regular 3-strand braid. And then sort of halfway through, I'm tying this off with an elastic, and honestly, kind of surprised that I was able to do this. I'm really not good with doing upside down braids, but you know what? It worked and I was really proud of it. Then I'm gathering the rest of my hair and I'm tying this off into a high ponytail, and then I'm removing the elastic that's holding the braid together so that all of the hair combines into just one regular ponytail. And then again, I'm going to be repeating this on the other side. Then specifically for this hairstyle, I went out this morning and I got some purple ribbon. I think maybe I used about a yard of ribbon. So I'm going to be lacing up the back of my hair through these braids, kind of like a shoe. So with each section of the braid that is facing the center of my head, I'm slipping my finger through and then I'm guiding the ribbon through the loop. And it really is just like thinking of your braid as an eyelet and you're just lacing a shoelace through. And it's really helpful if you have a mirror behind you. That's why I have this giant thing behind me all the time, because I actually use this with my front-facing camera to check the back of my hair like all the time. The concept behind this is easy, but it does take a lot of patience and time. So after lacing everything up with my remaining ribbon, I am tying it to my pigtail on each side with extra elastics. And then really carefully, I snipped off the remaining ribbon, and then I am taking some more purple ribbon and I'm tying it around the elastic into a bow on each side to finish off the look. And that is it for this hairstyle. It definitely is a labor of love, but it is so stunning. It looks kind of ridiculous how romantic and fun this hairstyle is, and there are so many different types of ribbons that you can use. Okay, so at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I am experiencing the worst caffeine and sugar crash of my entire life.
Miss Keisha. Oh my fucking god, she fucking dead.
So again, taking my rat tail comb, I'm moving over my hair for a side part, and then taking a very tiny section of hair, probably like 1 inch, I'm doing a small French braid for the first 3 braided sections, and then from then on, I'm moving into a regular 3-strand braid. And then once I get to the middle of my hair, I'm tying it off with an elastic. And then with another 1 inch section of hair, more towards the back of my head, I'm repeating this process. Then taking a smaller thin pink ribbon, again, I am going to be lacing my hair, and I'm using the exact same technique. This lace-up hairstyle is way easier to do than the one we did previously because you can actually see the side of your head. So if you are new to lace-up hairstyles and you want to try your hand at them, I would recommend doing this one. Then at the end of the lace, I just tied it off into a regular bow, and then I just wanted to quickly accessorize with some pearl-headed pins. And that is it for our final hairstyle, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video because honestly, I have never been prouder of a hairstyle video in my life. I know that I've made a lot of these hairstyle videos, but this is by far my most favorite one, and I also survived like the worst caffeine crash of my life. Honestly, after this video, I just like took off my pants and I laid on my bathroom floor with like my body feeling like absolute shit for like an hour. I hope you guys have an amazing upcoming Valentine's Day. My plans for Valentine's Day include just reading a lot of fanfic. I'm currently reading through this like 100,000 word House Moving Castle Banana Fish AU, and it is so good. So I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys have an amazing Valentine's Day, and with that, I will see you guys again next week.